Hello everyone and welcome back to Buckeye Politics. It's me, your favorite Ohioan. So real quick video for you guys today. It's going to be an update on the Freedom Convoy, or the People's Convoy, this is what they're calling it, and just how massive this thing is. So those of you who don't know, we're looking at Google Maps, looking at Hagerstown, Maryland, which is where the convoy spent the last 2 days regrouping, getting more fuel, meeting up with other convoys from places like New Hampshire, Idaho, Florida, Wisconsin, Colorado. It just keeps growing and growing. But you kind of got a glimpse there, but I want to show you the sheer size of this thing. So this is the Hagerstown Speedway, which is where they all met up, and there's plenty of pictures that you've probably seen across social media. But so you see all this red and orange here. This just means that traffic is incredibly slow, and it's the entrance to the Hagerstown Speedway, which is where all the trucks are coming out of. Which means, and I've been watching live streams, and this is confirmed, there are still cars coming out of the speedway, which is why this is all red and orange. But let's just look at this. Let's zoom out a bit. This is all green mostly because there's probably like a pile up here and there's a little bit of area here. I'm sure if I refresh the page, it'd probably go back to being orange. But other than this little stretch here from the Speedway on National Pike to Greencastle Pike Road and then eventually Dwight D. Eisenhower Highway, I mean, really, there's this little bit of green here, which is probably just either the map hasn't loaded in or maybe there's a little gap. Maybe there's like some traffic or an accident or something over here. There have been a few little jams, so maybe there's just a little bit of a delay or something on maps, or maybe there's an accident. But other than this little stretch here, it's all red and orange down the Eisenhower Highway, all the way down to Myersville, Maryland. We're getting close to Frederick. Look how big this thing is. So here's the speedway. All right, it's huge. It's literally stretching like pretty much most of the way. It's stretching a good portion of the entire state of Maryland. Like the Dwight D. Eisenhower Highway just has a huge stretch of just car after car. So let's actually see how long this is. Let's go back to the speedway. Let's measure the distance from the speedway to about the front. Keep in mind this is a pretty rough estimate. It could be down to here. It could be down to here. So let's put it around right here because let's put it right here, north of Middletown. I'm not really sure how long this is because some of this could just be traffic from Frederick, Maryland. It is a relatively large town. So some of this could just be local traffic. But we're going to put it at the tip of the red near Myersville. So let's see. If we measure the distance, it's I screwed that up, my bad. It's 18 miles. It's at least 18 miles. But when you add in the fact that there are still cars coming out, and there are still probably plenty of cars that are backed up, plenty of cars here. This is a straight shot. This is not including the turns and all that. This convoy is at least 20 miles long. And there are still trucks coming from other states, such as Colorado and Wisconsin, that have not even met up there yet. And Pennsylvania, I believe, has one too from Scranton. So as you can see, this convoy is currently on its way to D.C., and it is at least 20 miles long, and it's going to keep growing. As of now, the plan is to circle the D.C. Beltway, which, those of you who don't know, is kind of this big green like circle all around D.C. The plan is to do 2 super slow laps around that, and then after that, they're not really sure what they're going to do. The official website says that they're going to disperse after doing 2 very slow laps, but from what I've read, pretty much every single trucker who's not in the leadership plans on going into D.C. Capitol and going into the White House, right in front of the President's Park, by the Lincoln Memorial and Washington Monument. So, I mean, the official website says that they're just going to circle around D.C., but every single trucker that they've interviewed on like local media or alt tech has pretty much all said that they want to go into DC. They want to show the Democrat. They want to show DC. They want to show the swamp. They want to show them what they're made of and what they make their voices heard, which is more power to them. So with that, this is just a quick little video based on the Freedom Convoy or the People's Convoy. There's so many different convoy names. There's one, they keep using different names, but this main one is called the People's Convoy. That's just a little update about it. It's going to keep growing. It's going to go to D.C., and hopefully they're going to go into D.C. proper. I'd much rather they go into D.C. proper because nothing's going to happen if they just sit in front. If they just do 2 slow laps, guess what? They mess up traffic for the day. Nothing happens. They go into D.C. proper. They make headlines across the country and the world, and they really show the swamp with what we're made of. So I really hope they go into D.C. proper, but keep it peaceful. Pray for them, and yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy this quick little update on how crazy this movement is, how crazy good this movement is.